Hey, what's up? Echoes of Vinca fam. You know what time it is, another deep dive into the lives of the Vinca people, one of the most advanced prehistoric cultures in Europe. Today, we're breaking down how these early innovators used the natural resources around them to survive, thrive, and build a unique civilization. Think of it like their own version of sustainable living, but without Wi-Fi, of course. Let's get into it. 1. Location, 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 the perfect spot. First things first, the Vinca knew how to pick a prime spot for their civilization. They settled along the Danube River, in what that's now Serbia, plus parts of Romania, Bulgaria, and Hungary. This wasn't just some random choice, they were like ancient real estate agents scouting the perfect neighborhood. Why? Because the region was packed with everything they needed: fertile soil, rivers, forests, hills full of minerals, and an abundance of wildlife. The Danube River Valley wasn't just beautiful, it was a resource gold mine. This spot also provided natural protection. The hills and forests acted as barriers against potential threats, while the river made transportation and communication much easier. In a time when moving goods or people was no small feat, this was a huge advantage. By settling here, the Vinca people laid the foundation for a civilization that would flourish for centuries. Their location alone gave them a head start. 2. Clay, the OG building material. Let's talk about clay, the MVP of Vinca life. The Danube region had an endless supply of it, and the Vinca people used it for everything. Pottery. Forget boring pots, Vinca pottery was art. They decorated their ceramics with intricate patterns that were probably symbolic or religious. The swirling, geometric designs may have represented life, fertility, or even their spiritual beliefs. Their pottery wasn't just functional, it was part of their cultural identity. Figurines. Ever heard of the Vinca figurines? These little statues are famous and may have been used in rituals. Some depict women, possibly representing goddesses or fertility symbols. Others are more abstract, leaving archaeologists to guess at their true purpose. Brick homes. They even made bricks out of clay to build houses with solid walls. Combined with straw and wood, these bricks created homes that were durable and well insulated against both heat and cold. Today's ceramic artists would have serious competition if they were up against the Vinca. Their creative use of clay shows just how advanced and artistic this ancient society really was. 3. Farming made easy with fertile soil. The Vinca were early adopters of agriculture, and they made the most of the region's fertile soil. They planted wheat, barley, lentils, and even peas. These crops provided a reliable source of food, but they didn't stop there. Crop rotation. Some evidence suggests they may have practiced basic crop rotation to avoid depleting the soil. This would have helped them maintain high yields year after year. Storing the surplus. Archaeologists have found huge clay containers, which they probably used to store grains. This storage allowed them to plan for the future and survive harsh winters or poor harvests. Food security. With enough food to last the year, they could focus on other things like art, trade, and maybe even kicking back a little. In many ways, the Vinca's agricultural practices laid the groundwork for more advanced farming techniques that would come later. They were pioneers of prehistoric food security. 4. Wood. More than just firewood, forests surrounded Vinca settlements, and the people took full advantage of all that timber. Construction. Their houses were made of wood frames covered with clay and straw. This method provided sturdy, weather-resistant homes. Some larger buildings may have been community or ritual spaces. Tools and weapons. Wooden handles for stone tools were common, and some basic plows may have been used to till the land. Spears and bows with wooden shafts were also essential for hunting and defense. Fuel. Of course, they also used wood for fires, both for cooking and for firing their pottery. Fire was a central part of daily life and likely had ceremonial significance too. Basically, wood was their version of today's multi-purpose tech gadgets. They found creative ways to use it in almost every aspect of life. 5. Stone tools. The Swiss Army knife of prehistory. Flint and other stones were crucial to the Vinca's survival. They were like the prehistoric version of a tool shed, offering a range of practical uses. Axes and hammers, used for chopping wood, building homes, and even shaping other tools. These tools were critical for both survival and craftsmanship. Knives and blades, perfect for cutting meat, preparing hides, or carving figurines. They were lightweight and versatile, making them essential for everyday life. Grinding stones, essential for milling grains into flour. Without these stones, bread and other staple foods wouldn't have been possible. They didn't have titanium or steel, but they made it work. And judging by how long these tools have lasted, they knew what they were doing. 7. The Danube River. More than just a pretty view. Living near the Danube gave the Vinca people a ton of advantages. Water supply, fresh water for drinking and irrigation. Check. They may have even developed basic irrigation systems to ensure their crops got enough water. Fishing. The river provided a steady supply of fish. Prehistoric seafood dinners. Fish bones found at excavation sites suggest fish played a significant role in their diet. Trade. The Danube was like their version of the Silk Road, allowing them to trade goods like pottery, tools, and possibly even copper. The river wasn't just a lifeline, it was a highway to other cultures and opportunities. 8. Livestock. The Vinca petting zoo. Domesticated animals played a big role in Vinca society. They raised sheep, goats, pigs, and cattle, meat and dairy. They had a steady supply of protein from meat, milk, and cheese. Dairy products may have helped them diversify their diets and improve nutrition. Leather and wool. Animal hides were used for clothing, shoes, and bags. Wool was likely spun into textiles for warmer outfits, perfect for colder months. Plowing power. Cattle may have helped with plowing, making farming much easier and more efficient. Their animal husbandry skills helped them diversify their diet and lifestyle. 9. Plant knowledge. Nature's pharmacy. The Vinca people likely had extensive knowledge of local plants and herbs. Wild berries and nuts. These provided extra calories and nutrition. They were also easy to forage, making them a reliable food source. Medicinal herbs. Certain plants may have been used to treat wounds or illnesses. Some herbs could have had antiseptic or anti-inflammatory properties. Foraging. Even with farming, wild foraging added variety to their diets and may have been essential in times of food shortages. It's clear they had a deep connection with nature, knowing which plants were helpful and which to avoid. 10. Rituals and symbolism in nature. Natural resources didn't just serve practical purposes, they also had spiritual significance. Figurines and amulets. Many clay and stone items may have been used in religious ceremonies. These objects likely held deep meaning for the Vinca people. Burials with ochre. Some burial sites show evidence of red ochre, a mineral that may have symbolized life or protection in the afterlife. Sacred spaces. Certain natural landmarks could have been considered holy or used for gatherings. The Vinca's connection to the land wasn't just physical, it was spiritual. 2. Conclusion. Interactivo y despedida. So, there you have it. The Vinca were true masters of resource management. They used everything from clay to copper to shape their world, leaving behind a legacy that still fascinates us today. What do you think was the most impressive thing about the Vinca people? Drop a comment below, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into ancient history. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep exploring the echoes of the past. Catch you later.